Hello, my friend. This is Clyde. He alone can fix this. You see it in an infant. The baby is restless, crying out his lungs, and nothing that anyone can do will calm him down. What's going to happen? Who can bring calm to this screaming child? Elijah was a great prophet, second to none. He lived in Israel at a time when the reigning king and his wife were the standards of evil and wickedness. They were the perfect, devoted disciples of evil. Elijah was a man of God, a man who had close relationship with God. And one day Elijah had a meeting with the king. He had some bad news to tell the king, and he did not try to get out of the assignment. Elijah looked the king square in his eyes, the man who could have him killed anytime, the man who is renowned to do wicked things. And without fear, Elijah said, "As the Lord, the God of Israel lives, whom I serve, there will be neither dew nor rain in the next few years except at my word." 1 Kings 17, verse 1. If you had a message like that from God, what would you do? I know what I would do. I would send a text message to the king from a fake number, or I would ask someone who works in the palace to give the king a message. Elijah did not fear the king. And sure enough, for the next several days, the country was locked in a vicious, serious drought that led to widespread food shortage, unimaginable suffering. Things were really bad. And all of this was because the king and his wife had led the nation into idolatry, the thing that God hates so much. Well, Elijah was determined to prove to the people that they needed to serve God. So in the middle of the drought, Elijah had another meeting with the king who was looking for him to kill him because, as the king called him, troubler of Israel. Elijah told the king, "Let us settle this matter once and for all. It is either going to be the God of Israel or your false god Baal. Let us have a showdown and see which God is the real God." The showdown took place between Elijah and 450 prophets of the false god on a mountain. The test: let us take turns and call on our God. One is going to answer by fire, and so the people will know the real God. The king signed off on this great idea, and so it happened. The guys who represented the God that the king and queen served and had the whole nation serving, they took a whopping 6 hours calling on their God, and nothing happened. When it was Elijah's turn, he just simply prayed, "Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known this day that you are the God in Israel, and I am your servant, and that I have done all these things at your word. Hear me, O Lord, hear me, that this people may know that you are the Lord God, and that you have turned their hearts back to you again." Then the fire of the Lord fell. Now when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces, and they said, "The Lord, he is God. The Lord, he is God." 1 Kings 18, 36 to 38. Elijah ordered that all 450 prophets of the false god be put to death. But when the queen heard that her guys were killed because of Elijah and his God, she threatened to kill him. He was terrified when he got the message. What do you do when you're in big trouble, especially because of your faith, when the tide has turned against you, when you don't know what to do? Well, Elijah ran away. The bold prophet, the fearless man of God, he ran away, and for days he was in hiding, totally in fear and depression. You remember what Jesus said to the disciples? "I will never leave you nor forsake you." Well, God sent Elijah a special message. "What are you doing here? I have done all I can do to serve you, and now the very people who saw me proved that you are God. They have killed all my brothers who serve you, and I alone am left, and now they are trying to kill me too." The Lord said, Go out and stand on the mountain in the presence of the Lord, for the Lord is about to pass by. 1 Kings 19:10-11. Surely, if God is coming to reveal himself, he is going to come in dramatic style, right? Think again. There was a great wind. There was a mighty earthquake. There was a violent fire, but there was no God. But after the fire, there was a gentle whisper. God came to visit the prophet Elijah, and he came in a gentle whisper. You are in a bad place. Mounting debts, loss of a loved one. You have been out of a job for a long time. Your marriage has crumbled. You are dealing with a life-threatening illness. What should you do? Remember the baby I spoke of at the beginning? This screaming baby heard a voice, a gentle but familiar voice. The crying subsided. The voice called his name, and that was it. It was the mother of the child. My friend, there is nothing, no one who can help you but Jesus. You have prayed all you can pray. You have done all you can do. Now wait. Wait on the Lord. He may not come when you want him, but ask Elijah. Ask Mary and Martha. He will be there right on time. And I tell you, my friend, when Jesus comes, all will be well.